Hey there, this is Vivian again with your second WGU Journey update. As a little recap, just in case you didn't see my first video, I will be starting my master's in elementary math education on May 1st at Western Governors University, and I'm very excited about starting. I'm hoping to share with you all of my experiences from application all the way till graduation. So just a little bit about why I've chosen WGU if you did not see the first video again. Number one, it's online, super flexible, great for someone who's super busy like me. Two, it's competency-based. So with all the knowledge that I know, I can use that to move through the program quickly if I'm able to show that I'm competent in each of the course material topics. So another thing that kind of goes along with that is because you're able to move through as quickly as you want, that paired with the fact that the program is set up in terms and you pay by the term instead of the credit hour, you're able to fit in, like if you're very knowledgeable in an area, fit in as many credits as you can above 8 credit hours and still pay the same amount. So even if you took, let's say you took 6 classes in one term, it's not going to cost you any more than if you had taken 3. Because you're not paying by the credit hour, you're paying by the term. Fabulous for someone who's highly motivated and who knows a lot about their subject area. So I think that would be a great option for someone who has those features and has a need for a master's degree for whatever reason. So just to give you a little update about what I've done and what's been happening since I left off from my last video update. So I finished my orientation on the 19th, and that took about 2.5 hours for me, and I learned quite a bit. I thought it was a very nice orientation. I learned a lot from it. Well, the very next day, I got an email introducing me to my new student mentor, which I'm really excited to talk to. I'm really excited to talk to her, and I was able to schedule my intro call with her online. Very simple system. They had like a calendar set up and you could pick which times worked for you on which day, and I have mine scheduled for Monday at 9 p.m. because that's what worked for me in my schedule. So yeah, that was an easy process. Because of orientation and all the things that I learned about how to work with the portal and everything, I kind of played around with the courses a bit. And so I know I mentioned this before, but I think maybe I mentioned it, I don't know. But the minimum number of credits that you can take at WGU are 8 credits. So you can take as many more beyond that as you want, but you have to take at least 8. So my default for my first session, or I call them sessions, they're called terms. So my default for my first term was 8 credits, but I knew looking at it, I was like, okay, I can fit in at least another class or 2. So what I did was I manipulated and adjusted a little bit, and I moved a class over from the second term into the next. But then you could see below, it kind of tracks everything. It's a great system how it's set up, but it'll show like once I move that up, oh, you don't have your 8 credits for your second term. So you're going to have to move in some more credits. So I played around with it until I had at least 8 credits in all 3 terms, and also was able to get my 12 in for that first term. Even though I do plan on possibly doing more than 12 credits. I'm thinking I can do that because my schedule is going to be pretty flexible. Even with my work schedule, it'll be very flexible, and if I need to take more time to move forward more quickly in my classes, then I can do that. So if that's the case for you, if you have time or you're super motivated, you could have your more credits planned out, but also from what I've heard, if you happen to finish all of your courses that you have planned already for a term, you can go ahead and just move another course up from the second term that you had into that next term, and just continue going on as quickly as you can because it's competency based, and so you move as quickly as you are able to, which I think is great. So 12 is my minimum. And then hopefully I can get more than that into my first term by October 31st. And I think I'll be able to, but we'll see. The other thing I wanted to mention, which I thought was very nice, was that I got an email from my enrollment counselor about a scholarship specifically for teachers. And I think that's great because, you know, people are busy all the time. We might not know all the things that are going on. So to get scholarship updates is a great thing because who doesn't want an opportunity to get free money, to get their educations. I think that's great. So a little bit about the scholarships in general, but also about the teaching one specifically. The teaching scholarship is $2,000. And in general, how scholarships work is they take the total amount and they will split it between 2 terms. So even though you got 2,000, you can't use all 2,000 in the first term. You have to split it and do 1,000 one term and 1,000 the next term. So let's say that I did finish my my program in one term, because some people do that. They're able to finish their entire degree program in one term. I would only be able to use half of that scholarship, $1,000. Whereas if I'd done it for 2 terms, then I'd be able to get 1,000 the first term and 1,000 the second. Now, of course, it's the cheapest option to finish in one term, because you'd be paying $2,000. So it's about $3,000 for a term. But if you add that $1,000 scholarship, it's about $2,000. That's a fabulous deal. I mean, no arguments there. Now, if you were to go ahead and spread it across 2 terms, it'd still be a pretty good deal for your degree. Like 6,000, take away 2,000 total from that total, 4,000. So, I mean, 2,000 is obviously the better option. It's the cheaper option. But, if you need more time is worth money too. So if you need that extra term, then it's worth it, especially if you have that scholarship. Great deal. Here's the other possibility I was wondering about, because I hadn't actually talked to anyone about how the scholarship works. So I'm not sure if you do finish it in one term, if you are not eligible to have a scholarship, and I could see that as a possibility. But even in that case, you'd be paying like $3,000 for your entire degree, even without a scholarship. So great deal. But keeping that in mind, like if that was the case, like if you did have a scholarship and you were able to use it across 2 terms, it'd be $4,000. The difference, $4,000 versus $3,000. I mean, someone might say that extra time is worth the extra $1,000, even if you don't get the scholarship if you're doing one term. So, I mean, I'll leave that up to you to kind of consider and think about. Maybe I'll be able to give you more, more firm confirmations about how it works after I talk to someone about the scholarships, because I haven't really talked that much about it to anyone. So either way, I'll give you some more updates as I find out more, and I'll also update you after my introduction call with my student mentor, which will be happening Monday. So I'm really excited about that. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, and I hope to see you for the next video with my next updates. And as usual, just send me any comments or questions or anything like that if you have any. Thanks. Bye.